Hi everybody, my name is Amalia. I am a quantum alignment guide and I live here in Bacalar, Mexico. And I'm going to be sharing with you a series of videos teaching you about how gratitude is such a master alchemist and how you can use gratitude to create neural pathways in your brain and essentially transform your life. And so today I want to speak on relationships and breakups and really how gratitude can start to change the way you see an experience that you're having. When you're going through a breakup or something extremely challenging like that, where there's any loss, you are going to feel a lot of grief. You're going to feel, I miss you. And depending on what happened in the experience, there can also be presence of resentment and anger and a lot of emotions that just move through you in the experience of the breakup itself. Gratitude is such a powerful practice to help you shift your perspective and expand you. Because what happens is when we feel like we are a victim to any experience, the mind is going to look for proof of that. So you're going to see everything that that person did to you that took away from you. And that's what can build resentment. So you can be seeing the time that was robbed from you. You can see the finances or the investments or the love, all the space that that individual took in your life. When you see it through the lens of a victimization, you're going to continue seeing that. And what happens is that essentially in the macro of things, in the big picture, you're going to continue creating that cycle for yourself. Now, I'm speaking from experience in that my entire life, since I was 14 years old, I have been betrayed, and that's how every single relationship has ended in my life, from 14 until 38. And the thing that I was not getting in every single experience is how I was co-creating that experience. I was just a victim in every single relationship and the way it ended. And so what happened was I was creating a cycle. I was co-creating this cycle. My part in it was essentially betraying myself so that I could receive that love. And that's essentially what the belief that was imprinted and embedded in me is that I learned from an early age is that I had to give up something within to receive from the external. And for me, what I was looking for was emotional validation. And so what happened in my last experience was probably the worst betrayal of all, in that it was very public within my friendship and my experience. We were on vacation with a group of friends, and I walked in on him essentially with another woman at 4 o'clock in the morning. And for most people, when they would hear that story, it's like, oh my God, how did you feel? Or they immediately start going to what they would have done in that situation. And most of the time it's rage, it's anger, it's how dare they, it's all these things, which of course that's validated. That's valid to be able to go into that space in your mind. But I did something different this time. This time, I completely shifted that into gratitude. From the moment that I walked in and happened, I said, wow, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity to finally rewrite this code within myself. Because by 38 years old, I had realized that for the previous, almost 25 years, to end the same thing in the same exact way over and over and over again, I had to have something to do with it. I couldn't have been just a victim every single time. And so from the minute that I was able to say thank you, my mind started to look for proof of the blessing. My mind started to search and seek the teaching in what this moment was giving me instead of what this moment was taking away from me. And from that moment on, it created a completely new path where I broke the cycle of abandoning myself, rejecting my intuition, embarrassing myself essentially in the continued experience by taking accountability. And the gratitude was the portal for that path. The gratitude was what enabled me to be able to say, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. Now, how do I do things differently? And each step that I took with that gratitude opened another neural pathway for me to see, oh, I don't have to live in the city anymore. Oh, I don't have to go along with these choices. Oh, I actually don't have to be married by 40. And so my mind started to find all these blessings that started to create a completely different life for me. And so that's what I'm going to be teaching. I'm offering a 21-day gratitude challenge. And this gratitude challenge is not about thanking God or the universe for your blessings as you can see them, although that is definitely a beautiful practice and you can add it in as well. But the intention behind this challenge, as it will be a challenge at some points, is to find the gratitude in the devastation, to find the gratitude in the trauma, in the wound, in the bad things that have happened. And when we can find the gratitude in that, that is where the blessing becomes known. And that blessing starts creating more blessings and starts creating more blessings. And so in this year of the snake, a lot of us were brought down to our knees. We were shown aspects of ourselves that we hadn't seen before. We were transforming at a very fast speed. And a lot of that transformation had to include the walk through our darkness. And so in that, a lot of very past, maybe even stuff from your childhood may have come up that you're processing. And the truth is that in most Eastern cultures, January 1st is not the new year. January 1st is the spring equinox. And so what that does is it gives us this last stretch of winter to go into a deep reflection. And the year of the horse is going to begin in February. This is going to give us a solid 2 months. And we are starting this challenge on the winter solstice. So from winter solstice to spring equinox is an opportunity for you to take the reflections from everything that you've learned, using gratitude to train your mind to find the blessing in every single devastation, disappointment, heartbreak, job loss, business falling apart, loss of friendships, breakups in family, etc., etc., etc. When you train your mind to find that blessing, you're going to be able to take your reflections to a whole other level and be able to find where you are going to take accountability and change your patterns of behavior so that come this next year, you are going to be able to step into the authentic version of yourself. So this 21-day, which by the way, 21 days is what it takes to create a new habit on autopilot. So within 21 days, you have the ability and the opportunity to train your mind to find the blessing that is disguised in every disappointment that you experience. And that in itself is going to transform your life. For me, that devastation rerouted my entire life, and look, this is where I get to live now, in the luxury of nature, in a place that I could have never even put on my vision board. And I'm going to be completely honest with you, it was the portal of gratitude that led me to this moment. So I invite you to have the courage to step into this new path, this new cycle, and begin it with the power of gratitude. Join me with the link below.